talking a little bit on aspects of culture. But hey, let's talk about Christmas culture. What is your favorite Christmas culture? What do you love most about Christmas this period? What is your favorite? Because it's a culture. It's a culture that we do every day. Even though the every end of year on the 25th, this period, the festive period. So normally it's a culture. So what, even though some people don't celebrate this culture, but it is a culture that when it's this time, you get people shopping and all the like and all the like. But maybe your own Christmas culture is different. Maybe you use it differently. So what is your Christmas culture? And that is it. But hey, I haven't said that's a topic of discussion today. It might be and it might not be. Whatever, we are going to begin the show with our Did You Know page. And on our Did You Know page, we get to talk interesting facts, we get to talk amazing facts, and yes, we get to talk about what's happening, what you didn't know, what you knew, what you thought you knew, and a lot more other things as far as our Did You Know page is concerned. And yes, talking about our Did You Know page this morning, we are going to start with the very first one. And hey, talking about culture, we are going to visit the people of Tanzania. Oh, I love the way they speak. They speak like the people of they speak like the South Africans, Mafiki Zululele. Anyways, that's one culture. I should say I'm so much in love with their language. I'm so much in love with the way they do their stuff. But hey, before we take on Did You Know, let's have a little bit of music, maybe some Christmas something, and then we come back, we talk Did You Know.
Christmas, I beg make you do me well, oh. Christmas, I beg make you do me well, oh. Myself I want for buy new clothes and shoe, oh. Myself I want for chop, fufu and soup, oh. Christmas, make you don't forget we, oh, I dey beg you for the Christmas, oh. Make you don't forget we, oh, I dey beg you for the Christmas, oh. Christmas. I beg make you do me well, oh. New Year, I beg make you do me well, oh. Make you no do me what you do last year, oh. Make you no do me what you do last year, oh. New Year. Plenty money na my testimony na my I declare my blessings, so I dey beg you, 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 I dey beg you. Plenty money na my testimony na my I declare my blessings, so I dey beg you, I dey beg you, I dey beg you, I dey beg you, I dey go, I dey beg you, I dey beg you, I dey beg you.
welcome. Yes, talking about the best of entertainment, the right one, just at the right time. And yes, it is the festive period, which means everyone is feeling festive. As for me, just the lights give me joy. All I need to see is like the lights, especially like this ones that are just beside me. I feel like just hugging it. And but we are going to start with our very first one for today, which is our Did You Know page. And talking about our Did You Know page, what are we going to be talking about is all culture. So let's go visit the Tanzanian people and see what it's all about, their culture. Now, according to the most reputable surveys, Tanzania's population includes more than 120 indigenous African people, most of whom are today clustered into larger groupings because of the effects of rural to urban migration and modernization. Some of the smallest ethnic groups are gradually disappearing. And still talking about the Tanzanians, they have this unique way of hairstyle, unique way of dance, unique way of so many other things. And talking about the Tanzanians, we are going to be finding out more and more. And as you could see there, their dance, their dressing, their hairstyle, and so many other things we can talk about the Tanzanians. Now, a cultural aspect of the Tanzanian. Let's talk about the cultural aspects of the Tanzanian. Now, there are some cultural taboos in Tanzania. In many rural areas and in Zanzibar, it is usually unacceptable for women to walk around in shorts or tank tops, and in some cases pants. That means Tanzanian women cannot stay in Moliko, because in Moliko you see kolang and nipu passing by. Not just in Moliko, anybody can do that, but most especially in Moliko. Sometimes if you want to feed your eyes, you just need to especially if your office is in Moliko, or you are in living in Moliko and your house is beside the road, just take a chair and sit in front of your house or in front of your office. You're going to see nipple, and very people are wearing kolang. This kolang that our mothers used to wear inside their dresses is what some girls in Moliko are wearing and be walking about though. Okay, where were we again? We're saying that what is happening in Tanzania, that in the Tanzanian culture. Okay, we are talking about the taboos. Now, talking about the taboos in Tanzania, I said in many, did you know? Remember, it's on our Did You Know page, right? Did you know that in Tanzania, culture, as in the cultural taboos, in many rural areas and in Zanzibar, it is usually unacceptable, underline unacceptable, unacceptable for women to walk around in shorts. For women to walk around in shorts, people are selling in places in shorts in this Buea. You go and you want to buy beverages, you are seeing the shorts. That's how somebody's husband will want to go and buy beverage, and then they'll give him the beverage and they will buy something else. Anyways, let me be reading what I was reading. Women, it is unacceptable for women to walk around in shorts or tank tops, and in some cases pants. It's funny how women say, I am this, I am that. Some of them even want to talk, but the aspect of decency is, I think, is within. You can decide to be, and you can't still. That lady that you see on the road wearing very long dresses, my brother, if she wants to be hot here, she will be hot. She can go and remove that long dress like that and put on short pants, and she can pull lashes. It's not like some of these things that some people use to classify slay queens. That's not the meaning of slay queens. It's not like the others cannot do it. If they want to do it, they will do it, and they will even do it more than those ones that are doing it. You know that when you don't really know how to do something, it's more normal that you want to do it and then add some more maggi, add some more pepper and salt. So if their own lashes is like this, their own will touch Moliko Stadium. So where was I again? I was saying that it's unacceptable. Did you know that one of the Tanzanian taboos is that it's unacceptable for women to walk around in shorts or tank tops, and in some cases pants. Now, for men, it is inappropriate to wear short pants. It is inappropriate to wear short pants. Oh, my father, my mother. It is inappropriate to wear short pants. People change. Have you seen some guys in short pants? Yeah, sorry, I forgot that I'm on air. As I was saying, that is unacceptable, and it is inappropriate for men to wear short pants. So the ladies will not wear short pants. The guy will be wearing the short pants. Now the children, okay, there is no short pants at all. And also, Tanzanians do not use their left hand when eating or touching another person. When eating, that means they don't use cutleries. Wait, they don't use the fork and knife thing. this thing of fork and knife. Oh Lord, please, I want to use this opportunity, use this medium. If they say, well, I'll remove this mic and give everybody now, please, if you go to an occasion or if you are in a gathering and you don't know how to use cutleries, brother, sister, I beg, just use your fork. It gets why they used to say this thing. They say it gets why. It's not like I'm warning people. Why will I be warning my sweet viewers, my beautiful viewers? That is not what I am doing. I am simply saying that if you go to a gathering or to an occasion and you cannot use cutleries, as in you cannot use the fork and the knife, you put the fork in the left hand, put the knife in the right hand, you're changing like you're doing this thing. What is that? If you don't know how to use it, please just kindly use your fork. You are still eating now. You see somebody, why are you confusing? Pourquoi? De quoi? À quoi? Just use it the way you're supposed to use it. Anyways, on subsequent editions, we are going to talk about the right ways and some other things. We're going to talk on table manners. Jeez! You go somewhere and just the way somebody is eating, you just lose appetite. Anyways, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Tanzanian cultures today. And we are told that it is a taboo for men to wear short pants or women to be found in short pants or tank tops. In other words, crop tops. You see, you go to, they say you people some weddings, these weddings that people have been attending recently, you go and buy material. You people choose the material very well. You buy all the attachments of the material. You go and sew and come out naked. One side is open here like this, vip. The other side, vip. This side, as if they were cutting the material on your body. No, they sew the dress, and then they came now. They took little bit, swap, brothers, sister. Anyways, we're still talking about the Tanzanian culture. And yes, what is all about the Tanzanian culture? What are the things that we could talk about the Tanzanian culture? Now we talk about the Tanzanian culture more. One of the most interesting Tanzanian culture facts is that sniffing food is a sign of suspicion and distaste. Food is only sniffed at if there is something wrong with it, and it is very insulting to the cook. It's also considered rude to turn down food that is being passed around. Hey, I need to live in Tanzania. I can just go there for small vacation. Let me see. Viewers, don't you want to visit Tanzania? They say in Tanzania, it's not like I like food. Very simple. Say that Narita is over talking about food. They say in Tanzania, if it's very, very insulting and it's considered rude to turn down food that is being passed around. You know that thing that they're giving rice, even if you have pride now, that are giving, like this Christmas now that you go now visit this your uncle. That's my sweetest. But let me tell you a story. Anyways, this story I'll save it for tomorrow or Friday. You laugh small. But that part where you go and visit your uncle, the uncle's wife have cooked, then they give you people rice, they put you people chicken, then they ask you now that will you eat eru? Say that yes, you eat eru. You go now to your auntie now, your auntie too have cooked. They give you people popcorn, they give you people granuts, they give you people this things $1 and yam. They say, will you eat chicken and rice? Can you refuse chicken and rice? Normally it's not good to refuse things from people. You take the chicken and rice and you eat, and then you go in the evening after you have done all that mixture. The Lord is your shepherd, you shall not want. So it's in Tanzania, it is very, very inappropriate, or it's considered rude to turn down food that is being passed around. That's why I said I need to live in Tanzania. At least I'll be a very very polite person. I'll not be rude, especially when it comes to when they're sharing food. They say it is rude. I will try to uphold the ethics of the people. Yes, their culture, so that I will not be rude in that aspect. Can be rude. No, I will not be rude. Anyway, if I see any Tanzanian brother or any Tanzanian sister, that is, we'll talk about this one later. And that is it for our Tanzanian culture this morning. What have you learned that is rude or it's inappropriate for ladies or women to wear shorts in Tanzania? Or have you learned about the fact that it is inappropriate or considered unacceptable for men to be in shorts, or for you to turn down the food or that is being passed around is considered rude? Or have you equally learned that sniffing food is a sign of suspicion and distaste? Like, sniffing, right? Like, so it's a sign of suspicion and distaste. Probably you feel like someone has maybe dropped something in your food and you're sniffing it, or it's like probably the taste is not really that good in your mouth. And they say it's considered rude for you to reject food that is being passed around. I think that those are the little things that we could talk about for the Tanzanian people this morning, and talking about their culture. I'm sure we are going to be learning about another set of people. Maybe next week or so we are going to be finding out more about another set of people. And that was it for Did You Know this morning. I hope you learned something and I hope you gathered something this morning. And yes, that is why it's very very important for you not to miss the breakfast show. Because at least, let's say you're going for a vacation in Tanzania, you know that it's rude to reject food that is being passed on, or to wear shorts. Imagine you being harassed because you're wearing shorts or being arrested. Yeah, some people take their culture that seriously. And they believe that before you get into the country, you must have read certain rules, certain cultures about the people, so you ought to follow it. Like the saying goes, when you go to Rome, do what the Romans do, so you don't fall into the wrong hands. And yes, that is it for our Did You Know this morning. I hope you learned something. And yes, we have our topic of discussion. Guess what? We'll be talking about our topic of discussion just right after this musical break. Don't go anywhere.
DJ Cleve Exclusives.
Na música, itantamda Bethlehem, mwanyo itishin Yesu wan Maria, Miriam wa ukoi wanisai kishike Krishma, diwirta makita umyelama ikishike Krishma, yuri unakisheri kiwan wako inkishike nke Krishma. You will tell my kid to yell my vacation Christmas. Good tidings I bring, Belis Navita. 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 Respirano, Gloria in Jesus' name. Respirano, Gloria in Jesus' name. Gloria in Jesus' name. Gloria in Jesus' name. Jingle bells, it's Christmas time in the city. Let's the ring, let's the ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. It's on Tamda, it's Bethlehem. Mwanyo ishui Yesu wan Maria, Yesu Isa wan Miriam, Nama pura tuna kishike Christmas. Chiwita makeja myelama kishike Christmas. Chiwita makeja myelama kishike Christmas. Good tidings I bring, Belis Navita. Good tidings I bring, Belis Navita. Good tidings I bring, Feliz Navidad. Good tidings I bring, Feliz Navidad. Prospera no, Gloria. his name. Grano, Gloria in ashes his name.
Waxy Mr. Producer.
Welcome back, and yes, we are still beaming live from the studios of High Television Malingo Buea, which means that you can follow the program and have us feed you with entertainment, have us feed you with information, and have us feed you with our topic of discussion this morning. And yes, talking about our topic of discussion this morning, it's one of the things that sometimes you hear people say, okay, I really like these people because of this thing, I really like the people from this clan because of this, I really like the people from that clan because of that. They always have a reason to like one another, a reason to love people, a reason to admire, and the admiration comes from the fact that some of these things probably is not part of them, but it doesn't mean that they cannot partake in it. You know, when it comes to culture, you can partake in the culture of another person, but there are levels, or there is a limitation to which you can partake in that culture. There is a level of limitation to which you can dance to the tune of the culture, to which you can copy, to which you can uphold, or to which you can better still practice. And yes, talking about the culture of other people, today we are going to be talking about culture because it is Culture Wednesday. And talking about culture, the topic goes thus: what do you admire about other cultures that you wish to add to your culture? What do you admire about other cultures that you wish to add to your culture? That is our topic of discussion this morning. What is that thing that you admire about other cultures that if you had the opportunity you could add to your own culture? So what is that aspect of other cultures that you admire, and probably if you're given the opportunity you could add to your own culture? That is our topic of discussion this morning. And yes, the number is right there on your screen, which is meant for you to use and have time for us to talk. The number is meant for you to text us and tell us where you are watching us from. Right about now, let's go talk something else, and talking about what we are going to be talking about this morning. Content. What is happening as far as production? As you all know, some people have taken upon themselves to be masters at certain areas that are not really on as one of those areas that could really fetch income, or that could really be of great use and maybe importance of livelihood. We go take on this one. I think it's the production of something that you already know about, and when we come back we talk more on our topic of discussion. Don't go anywhere.
Hi televiewers, you're welcome on our discovery page on our morning show Elela Gbamu. Well, first of all, the other day we saw how the black soldier fly was being nursed. Today, or was being read. Today, we are going to look at the orange flesh sweet potatoes itself. So let's just go in and take a look and discover how this potato all came about. As we can see, these are different slabs. Dr. Ekole Justin is the one to tell us about this nursery.
Now we are at the nursery. And as I said, I'm working with two technicians, volunteers, Mr. Elvis behind me there, and Mr. Etue, who is on permission, has gone somewhere. We have been doing this work. Now, when I started this orange fleshy potato issue, I was doing all the nursery and the field in the field. But I realized that when dry season is coming, I will lose all the vines because of shortage of water and difficult nature to conserve them in the field. So something came to my mind that, oh, this place, which is a small shade house, and already has these, slabs. This place was originally for propagation, plantains and other things. So I decided that let me try to see whether during that hot dry season I can plant these orange fleshy potatoes here, and then to be giving me vines like this. If you do this by March, I'll have a lot of vines. So here is cool. It's easy to manage. There is water, so you can water from time to time, and then you can also easily manage it against pests and diseases. So what we do is we got our ground. When we got our ground, this is what we do. We bring it here, mix certain proportions of the ground with oil palm ash. So we have oil palm ash, So we have oil palm ash here. Now we mix with ground at a certain proportion and other, organic wastes. Then we fill these slabs. When we fill these slabs, we plant our orange fresh sweet potato, and then we begin to treat with organic substances. The recent organic substance we used to treat here is the fly, the liquid manure from the black soldier fly. That's what we are using now. Apart of that, we also use the neem garlic based organic pesticide that I produced personally here. So I mixed garlic extract, neem, eucalyptus oil, and other substances to form, an organic pesticide. That's why you hardly see pests here. So I use it to drive away whiteflies, to drive away crickets, drive away grasshoppers, and other things that can eat this. So if you see, the vines are really ready. Like this one is ready. You can cut that. You can cut that. This one can give you, it can give you 2 planting materials. So if you cut here, this is 1 vine. I sell this, if it is not treated, I sell this for 10 francs. If it is treated, I sell it for 15 francs. So one of these is 10 francs that you can sell. So, and when you want to give it out, to make sure that it has notes. Like this one has 1, 2, 3 notes. That's how you give out. This one has 1, 2, 3 notes. So those 3, the vines with 3 notes are ready. And you can give them out. This is the type that you can give. So, my goal is to make sure that people start cultivating and consuming this variety. Orange flesh, sweet potato, very rich. When we go to the field, I'll try to get some of the roots so that you see, rich in beta carotenoids, antioxidants, which are very good for promoting good living, healthy living. May I tell you that you can eat the leaves. The leaves are very rich in protein. So that's why I struggle not to use synthetic pesticides on the leaves, because I eat them. You just cut a few of these leaves, just put with small spices and you eat. Very nice, very proteinous. And may I remind you that sweet potato, even that one, when you don't have water leaf, don't bother yourself. Just find sweet potato leaf for your arrow, and it's perfect. So this is about 8 meters by 1 meter, and we fill it with this mixture of our soil, soil and oil palm bunch ash before we plant, and we begin to water them and spray them and check them. After about 2 months, you have a lot of vines that you can transplant in the field. So all of this is orange flesh sweet potato. All of this orange flesh sweet potato. Sometimes we make mistakes. Like here, the other technician overdosed a certain chemical and it burns. So that's why you see this color. I corrected the problem. That's why we have a lot of vines. And that way, when we go that way, we'll see other varieties of sweet potatoes that I'm trying to conserve to get their vines in the nursery. So if you use the whole of this area, you will have a lot of sweet potato varieties and their vines, which you can be using for other things. And not only sweet potato. Some few years ago, I nursed water leaf. I would nurse water leaf there. Very nice, very good, edible, and fine. So those are the things that we do. Mr. Elvis, bring me from. So we have different nurseries. Things that we nurse. Different things that we nurse. So most of my nurseries are here. So you have different varieties of jagatu, or what you call African eggplants, varieties of pepper, bitter leaf, and chia, that we nurse, and plantain. So if you see these are plantain, plantlets. So we do trials, we get plantain plantlets, and we nurse them, do the trials here before we take them to the field, before we nurse them. So this plantain is gotten from macro propagation technique. So we test a lot of things here. And we're testing here, especially in the dry season, because it's cool. This shade house is cool. It has water, it is well arranged, the substrates are there, and we can easily, control any pest that wants to come here. That's what we have here. When we go to the field, here it's not easy to have the roots because most of the time we cut the vines. Because when you cutting, photosynthesis is what produces the roots down. So cutting the leaves and vines from time to time does not give a lot of photosynthesis, does not occur. Most photosynthesis does not occur, and therefore it's not easy to have roots. Except you keep it for 3 months without harvesting, then you have roots, So that's what we have. So those are the different varieties. We have different varieties there. This side has 2 different varieties. So in all, we have 3 varieties here. That way, which is the orange sweet potato. Here you have the yellow and white sweet potato. So there are some sweet potatoes that are yellow inside. There are others that are white inside. So here you can see the difference. When you look at the stem, the vine, The vine of this one, the leaf, you look at it, very large compared to that of the orange plus sweet potato and compared to that other type over there. This one has a lot of biomass, very large leaves, very large vines. But sometimes you see just maybe one or two potatoes that are big. The advantage with this in the field is that once it covers grass, it's very difficult for grass or weeds, to overshadow it, because it is so big leaves, it covers the whole place, so those weeds don't have a lot of sunlight, so they cannot overshadow it. That's the advantage that it has over the others. So, and when you plant this in the field also, a part of the weed suppression nature, it also has big roots, big edible roots. Those roots, they have a disadvantage in that they are very deep in the soil, and sometimes harvesting is very difficult. Just will attack this one, the leaves of the vines in the field, compared to the orange flesh sweet potato, which is so rich that all type of pests, millipedes, snails, beetles, caterpillars come and eat them. So those are some of the differences that we observe for this yellow and white flesh type compared to the orange flesh type of sweet potato. Most Cameroonians know these ones. They know these ones, the yellow and the white. They know them, they eat them, but they don't know so much about the orange flesh sweet potato. So that is why I am doing everything possible to promote the cultivation, marketing, and consumption of orange flesh sweet potato, especially very good for rural areas and peri-urban areas and all those who are watching their health, because it's a warehouse of minerals. It's a warehouse of vitamins like beta carotenoids, which has been found to be a very good antioxidant. So that's what I'm trying to promote. But we need more funding. So that we can do it in large scale, we can do it commercialized, we can scale it out to different regions, different places.
Welcome back, and yes, we are still beaming live from the studios of High Television Malingo Buea, making sure that you get the best of entertainment as far as the morning program is concerned. And yes, our topic of discussion this morning, we are asking, what do you admire about all the cultures that you wish to add to your culture? What do you admire about all the cultures that you wish to add to your culture? What is that aspect? Well, if I have to get what I admire about other cultures, aside from the dance, maybe the attire. I really love the way it gives that Nigerian vibe. I'm talking about the Chemtimbo Manu people. They have their dressing style for their cultural dance has this. It has this feeling of like, epic kind of feeling. So trust me, if I would have to excuse me, if I would have to copy, then that's one thing that probably I would love to add, just their attire, or maybe their attire. I mean, leave my kaba, please. That was a joke, a serious one with that. We are still asking the question again okay. And I was telling a friend of mine here today, I said we're going to be having new batch of get your wigs, get your bags online, get your I can do your cake for you, I can do your nails. We're going to have a new batch of nail techs and wig sellers and hair dresses and all the like. Makeup, yes, how can I forget that? Now this is the thing, a business is good, skills are good, handwork is good, but then again I feel like if you went to study something, it's good that you at least get to practice it. For you could have other skills. Having other skills is it's a plus. For example, I always use myself as an example because I cannot use another person's life that I don't know. For example, you could do a side hustle, like you sell online and all the rest, but the online business these days is almost crumbling because of the way some people have been painting it black. Imagine you buying a suit and you're giving a nightwear as a suit. You buy a suit to create impact, and grade one at that, then you stand a chance of, they might not be the ones to employ you. Another company from somewhere could just pop up and like, okay, this guy is doing a great job. They might even be surprised that you're not being paid. So if that is the case, find yourself somewhere, do some practice, do some work, and do it well. Learn from the best and be humble. Get close to people that you know that they are pros or they are good in that field of yours. If you're not a person who cannot really easily, because we have issues of people getting acquainted with others, then study online. It's a skill. The certificate is one thing, which is theory, and the skill is another thing. There are many persons who have graduated today, but if you put them in front of the camera, I'm talking about persons like also, if you put them in front of maybe a computer, okay, you studied computer science, this computer has this problem, now what can we do? They sit there and they are looking at the computer and looking at you, or probably there is a technical issue somewhere and they can't even handle. Why? Because practice. Those things that you did in school, they are simply telling you, go and touch A will give you B, go and touch B, C will give you D. It's all theory, but you get to understand much more better when you get to practice. And how can you do that? Volunteer, go for internships. If you can't do the volunteering part of it, then go for paid internships. They are actually paid internships, even though it's difficult to find. But searching, you could do research, find out those paid internship. If it means you have to relocate to somewhere that maybe if it's comfortable enough for you, then do so. Volunteer, do internship, do practice. Take out time to assist maybe a company, assist an organization, or whatever the case may be. And like I said, the job will not leave the office to come meet you, and the job will not know that Sister Eposi who just graduated, or Mr. Williams or Paul or Suzanne needs a job. You need to go look for that job. You need to be active. That is what is going to put food on your table, and that is how you're going to gain experience. These days, most companies are looking for employees with at least 2 years of experience, and I ask myself, how are you supposed to get that experience? I always tell people it's like a dues you have to pay. So after school, tell yourself, I'm taking off 2 years to pay my dues, and trust me, those 2 years will pay. If you're volunteering for a company, you could find a side hustle and get yourself acquainted with something that could be helping you to get income for yourself and managing people. Tomorrow, if you have like 2 years experience, you're going for a job interview, you tell them, I have worked with this person. They always trust those who have worked before, because they know that these persons know how to handle their company and they have had experience. Imagine you carrying your company, even if now master, you carry a company and give it to someone that does not have even 1 year experience. It is very, very dangerous. Some tell you, okay, you'll be on probation, and during this probation period, you're taught on what to do, how to go about the company's policies and so many other things. But what if that company is not willing to give that? What if they need somebody that can just hit it right there, like start and do the magic? What if that is it and you get to lose the job because you don't even have even 6 months of experience? 1 year is even much better. If you tell them, if they need 2 years and you tell them, no, I have 1 year, and they are able to see the skills of this 1 year within your probation period, then it is better. So big congratulations once more to all those who are graduating this morning, and all those who maybe they were supposed to graduate last year and they didn't. Congratulations once more. I always say it's not how fast you go, but it's how far you go. And yes, our topic of discussion is still right there on your screen. Please do well to send us your contribution. We'll be glad to hear from you this morning and to know where you are watching us from. Right about now, we are going to talk something different, but before we do that, let's get a little musical in.
Nduna sombo mbana ibeni pundai na mapondo pondo nde nanade na mapata pata ne ponde nanade oninge alunge na benga isangi musona moye no puma neye be kon la ma wenja pe be ponu pe pilane mindenge mami ma London de no jene na ase mindenge ntike ase mindenge ngume ase mindenge uja luge ponde ye bambange difio wo yombo so wele sanje yese umbanamba munduna so mumba kwele ke so songo na mani ame pondi na bana teme na mani ame pondi na bana teme na mabodu mene pondo wasa nyumbulana na mabodu mene pondo wasa piande mbana mbale nie abona iyo na mabodu mene pondo wasa nyumbulana na mabodu mene pondo wasa piande tete kombo mbasandine mama matanga unjalunge ponde yembambange unjalunge ponde yembambume unjalunge ponde yembambume obuluba unjalunge ponde yembambange ndengu le mange ya miapi nana biya ukata ne to aso bata wewenge jokolo kolo la lata wewenge jokolo lo imalaka sa amuna sa ambasbe sanje sa ambasbe amuna sa ambasbe sanje motete na myundi maswe sanje ombo wasawa sanje oba kosi oba kwedi oba yangi oba rombi sanje ombo wasawa sanje momongo mwese oruwala mbera mbongo sanje ombo wasawa sanje la bongo songo na dienyese sanje ombo wasawa sanje mankam nimbo wasale sanje ombo wasawa o Cameroune moto tena la udongo moto tena maumyano mbwani to wewenge jokolo dikolo lo imalaka sa we na mendebe masukande na Buea na idie mwenti sa amlango sa kawo jongo sibane temo se kumenete bio jeje sanje na dumsa ne pete bio munbu jeje nande kombo sarko jebo kise nande kombo oya barbe sawae sanje das broda das obi pindi das Nadia yese sanje ombo wasawa sanje mankam nimbo wasale sanje ombo wasawa o Cameroune Moto tena la udogo. Moto tena maumano.
Welcome back, and yes, we are still beaming live from the studios of High Television Malingo Buea. And yes, if you just join us, you are onto the breakfast show this morning, and if you see this face, it's Rita Mafani Mojoko. We do this from Mondays to Fridays, yes, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and talking about the program. There is a lot that we ought to talk about, that we always talk about as far as content is concerned. And yes, this time around we are going to be talking another aspect of content, which has to do with sports, and the beautiful sports lady Sunita Ngonye is here. Good morning, Sunita.
Good morning, Rita Mafani, and a blessed morning to all the televiewers of High Television, and Merry Christmas and New Year in advance.
Okay, so how are you preparing for Christmas?
People who are living alone don't prepare for Christmas.
Which one is people who are living alone?
We are waiting for family. People who are living in family houses. Yes.
So you're one of those people that will go and be visiting people for chicken and rice.
I've already washed all the back of my pots.
Oh,
yes.
Viewers all over.
My plates, no, not plate, the kumbu, what we call kumbu now.
That's what you move
dishing bowls, yes. I've washed all of them. Those that were under my bed, I've removed them and washed. So that day, the first house I'm going to be visiting is you washing me. I'll visit your house. You, yes, you. Then the second person, Rita Mafani. The third person, I wanted to visit clothing bed. I forgot that she sleeps here. So I cannot be visit her because I will not eat anything. I will not go.
So Rita, so you want to visit somebody that is planning to visit people, viewers all over the world. Please, can you comprehend, apprehend, and understand who told you that I'll be in the house?
You be. I saw you making chichi. I saw you write a list of chichi. Popcorn.
As well as Kate.
Maybe you're actually expecting people. Then the other person I'm going to visit is editor in chief, Mother Alice. The next person, Mr. Eno, get ready for us.
It's only in the evening there, but they will tell you.
No problem. As far as I'm sleeping.
People are the ones that will go and eat at you, eat
no problem. Whether we mix, all is that we have eaten.
See where you don't cook or where you don't cook on Christmas Day now. Sometimes this maturity that I'm mature. In fact, what's it called? Is it maturity or is growth? This growth that is growing me. What am I even saying? This growth that I'm growing. It has one kind of way that is doing me. Will be cooking on Christmas Day. I sit in the house. I'm waiting for my niece and my nephews to come.
Definitely. It's preparing you to marriage.
Preparing me. I'm supposed to dress like that.
No, I'm seeing wedding oil, so you're supposed to be gearing towards
the prophet Sonita.
In case I'm married today, it's how.
Okay. When a prophet does not be identified, talk, just say amen.
Call a spade a spade.
Please, let's give our viewers sports updates before we remain on Christmas.
And yes, that is it. Today we'll be looking at what is transpiring in the world of sport, especially as it is already TikTok, few days to the 2023 African Cup of Nations in Ivory Coast. And mind you that we are going to be looking at how so far the tour for the most prestigious African trophy has been going through, and mind you that it has already touched the soils of Cameroon and equally left Guinness as Super League unbeaten after 9 games played, and currently they stand with 25 points after 9 games played, winning 8, losing none, and drawing just 1. Congratulations to FC Bolua, who is taking over Lekki FF. And mind you, Lekki FF were the winners of this particular championship last season, but it's FC Bolua that is topping this season this year with no defeat yet. And the second position is Authentic follows with 20 points. What a difference of 5 points straight. And third position is Lekki FF. Meanwhile, at the fourth position is Leo Min at the fourth position with 19 points, followed by Eklasa 16 points, Inja Sport 10 points, Itambong 9 points, AS Awa 9 points, AS Fortuna 7 points, Kaimang of Douala 7 points, Amazon Fab at the 11th position with 7 points, followed by Eden Fields at the last position with 6 points. And that is it in terms of the standings after match day 9 of the Guinness Super League, with FC Buea topping this particular championship with a difference of 5 points between Authentic of Douala. And yes, we'll go straight away to look at those who are dominating the score chart in terms of the MTN Elite 1 category. And mind you that some weeks back we brought this particular chart to you, but this time around it's a different ball game, as the players are why not ambitious and they want to get their season's objectives and goals. And when at the number 1 position, it is still no other person than this particular player from Lesas of Douala, who is the first in terms of this season to have a double-digit number in terms of goal scoring, and it's no other person than Joas Nko of Lesas with 10 goals so far in terms of Pool A of Lesas of Douala. He has 10 points, 10 goals, and follows by the Southwest side, Victoria United, in G Richmond with 8 goals. After G Richmond, it's Frank Boris Kacha from Pamputus of Buea with 7 points. Meanwhile, there is a tie at the level of Semini Hamid and Lionel Ateba from Dynamo with 6 goals so far. And that is it in terms of the score chart, where it is Jules that is leading this particular goal chart with 10 goals, followed by Richmond in G 8 goals, and followed by Frank Boris Kacha 7 goals, and 6-6 for Lionel Ateba and Seni Hamid. That is it for the updated League 1 classification for the Golden Boot for this particular season, as the tally continues from the 22nd of December 2022 or 2023, where the games for the MTN League 1 Championship will begin. And away from that, we'll go straight away to look at the games that are going to be played today for the MTN Elite 2 Championship. Mind you that yesterday I told you about the various fixtures, but today all over the entire country, it is going to be one game to another for the MTN Elite 2 Championship. When today, Wednesday 20th December, we'll go straight away to look at those who are going to be playing in Pool A, where it is Wednesday 20th December 2023. It is going to be Unisport the home camp at 3 o'clock. That is going to welcome Tonel Calabar at the Bafang Stadium over there. Those who are in the West region, this is an opportunity for you to galvanize behind these two teams to support them. Meanwhile, at 3 o'clock, it is going to be Racing of Bafusam over Renaissance of Gbamu, and it is going to be at the Bamenzi Stadium, still in the West region. So for those who are there, you make a split. You choose wisely. If you are going to watch Unisport, or you are going to watch Racing of Bafusam's game, and Bafman United is going to welcome Ego Royal of the Mongo at the Bambili Stadium over there in the Northwest region. For those who are in the Northwest region, this is an opportunity for you to meet one of the teams in terms of the MTN Elite 2 Championship in Pool A that have not been beaten since the start of this particular championship. And just to remind you that this particular side is making her debut after picking qualification to the just ended 2023 National Interpost over there in Yaoundé, and it's going to be playing Ego Royal of the Mongo. That is still another team that has been steadfast in terms of this particular season. And that game is going to be played at 3 o'clock over there in the Northwest region. And to those who are going to the Northwest region this time around, mind you that the climate there is very, very hot this time around with dust all over. So you need to arm yourself so that you protect yourself from dust. And in the Olympia next stadium is going to be Yafu, that is going to be clashing against Frontier Street of Bameda, and that game is going to be played at 1:30. And that is it in terms of Pool A. We'll go straight away to look at Pool B. Who are those that are playing in Pool B? Where is Panther Sportive of Ndek that is going to welcome Ndiku FC of Banjul, and that game is going to be played at 3 o'clock at the Bangate Stadium, still in the West region. And yes, over here in the Southwest region, it is going to be Isolable Sports Academy. And yes, in as much as they're in a crisis, we are going to see what this particular game is going to turn out. And mind you that Isolable Sports Academy is going to welcome Leopard Sportive, where during the first phase it was a 1-1 tie for these two sides. Will Istanbul Sports Academy pick up back her winning runs. Mind you, that last game they were beaten at 3 goals to Virgin, and this time around they are going to be welcoming Leopard Sportive at the Centenary Stadium. And yes, the time is 3 o'clock. You look at the time for those who are in the Southwest region. You go and support your sister club, Istanbul Sports Academy, as the why not continue this adventure in the MTN Elite 2 Championship. Meanwhile, at the Olympia Next A Stadium is going to be Edding Sports of the Lekki that is going to welcome Dragon Sportive of Yaoundé at 3:30. Meanwhile, Vengeance of Bafut is going to welcome RS FAP of Yaoundé at the Mbambini Stadium over there in the Northwest region. In the Northwest region, we have 2 games. The first game is between Bafma United, and the second game is Vengeance of Bafut against RS of Yaoundé. And that is it in terms of the sports update for the Gbamu show of this morning from Nguni Sunita. And just to remind you that this Saturday, and why not fix your eyes with beautiful football from the Elite 2 Championship across the national group in Northwest region, the center here in the Southwest region, and equally in the West region, where we are going to be having a couple of games. And coming on Friday, 22nd of December 2023, it's going to be mind-blowing for the MTN Elite Watch.
This, and I should say the updates just the right ones that we need to know. As to add, I don't wish anything to be added to it. Let's talk of the achu, a dish which is loved worldwide, the juju dance, which is something else. Let's not forget the traditional regalia, which signifies love and power. Let's just end here because there is so much to talk about as far as my culture is concerned. Thank you so much for contributing this morning, Mr. Kem Louise. It's always a pleasure having you contribute on our topic of discussion. I hope how is it over there in Italy? Are you people also preparing for Christmas like us? Because yeah, it's raining, Christmas vibes, the lights, the songs, everything, the shopping, and so much more. Now back to you, Sunita. What do you admire about other cultures?
I think the person who just contributed is actually speaking my mind.
Okay.
Yes, because I was about saying that in as much as I admire other cultures, but that doesn't mean that I want to add what they do in terms of culture to mine. Okay. Because I'm 100% very proud of where I come from, and I like our culture.
99 cents, people.
99.9999. You understand? Yes, very important. The 9999.
Okay.
Yes. So I think there is nothing. We talk about our traditional music, like you earlier said, our regalia, the way we do our things. I mean, that's what they say. At that Buea people in the building, it has the way it sounds, and it has the way that we respond. So I wouldn't.
Morning, I admire the inculcation of the dance aspect of other tribes like Bakuri upon their Clarice, and Clarice is telling us this morning that she admires the way the Bakwe people have been able to inculcate their dance onto their children, and she says almost all of them can perform the traditional dance. Yes, if you watch the Malay performances, and even the not really in Ghana, because you rarely find kids there. In fact, you won't find them. If you watch the Malay dance, you find little children. Even some other traditional groups, Bakwe traditional groups, you find little children.
I've been a commando for your love. I know fit can play with your love. Presidential bodyguard for your love. Tole sere for this love. Cause I've been a commando for your love. I know fit can play with your love. Presidential bodyguard for your love. Tole sere for this love.
Ismails, people from the northwest, or you call them people from a certain tribe. Let's say Bafut Mankon Kwen people, Bendakwen people, Menchum people. homosexual couples. The paper titles that the devil in the cassette, in the cassette. That is how what you can find on the message for today, making reference to Pope Francis' decree and outing to okay of the RON crisis. The paper reports on a baggage of problems that have been on the know-how by the so-called pair founder third party, the PCRN. I want to take you to femicide in the country. It says 80 women have been killed in Cameroon for 2023. That is the new revelation done for us by that paper for this morning. Away from that paper of Le Messager, we cross over to Limbe with the paper The Sun newspaper of Nobel Waso for this Wednesday morning talks of 2025 presidential elections. Coalition against CPDM already in disarray. That is what you can find on the paper from Limbe for today. Limbe 1 8 councils to run on a budget of 900 million CFA francs in 2024. We cross over to Moyoka. Moyoka Council adopts 1.1 billion CFA francs as budget for 2024. So with that 2024 budget witness quantum leap, you can find more on that said paper. The presidential reconstruction plan for the southwest and northwest region, it says PM John Guti launches 21 billion CFA francs Islamic Development Fund given to the country. Away from that paper of Nobel Waso, we cross over Economy to Cameroon report for us as lead story. And that's a paper Camrai. The paper reports on the action of Camrai when it comes to the security of the railway company. Moving over to Innovation for today, it talks of the armed forces in the country who opened fire on civilians in Tukumberi, in a locality in the northern region, that left some 8 dead and more others injured. Get to read more on that paper on Innovation newspaper. Innovation 2 for this day says Martinez Ogo on ending affair. The paper reports on George Sakati, the second Gbamu, Aimé Florent continue. You want to find that story on page 12 on that publication of Innovation for today. From Innovation, we take you to the next paper for this day. That is Municipal Updates. Municipal Updates of Victor Cham for this morning says reconstruction of the southwest northwest regions. It says PM John Guti launches CFA France 21 billion watt Islamic Development Bank support project to the reconstruction of the southwest and northwest regions of the country. We remain in the southwest region with the Bafo celebrating Bomb Bafo festival in style that just ended in Kumba. And in that said paper, the paper too is announcing that they are on recess, except otherwise that they will commence with publication on the 8th of January 2024. We will cross over to Generation Libre for this day. It talks of Mununa Fotso, the Minister of Youth and Civic Education, Youth Affairs and Civic Education, who congratulate and compensate some best outlets that Cameroon can boast of, who are all youth. At this second conference of governors, that of 10 regional governors that just ended in Yaoundé, says Paul Atangaji of the administration prescribed maximum security across the 10 regions of the country. So for them, for hitch-free celebrations of end-of-year festivity to be witnessed across the 10 regions of Cameroon. Cameroon Tribune of Marie-Claire Nana for today talks of the act of the head of state. The paper reports on 8 laws that will be promulgated from both the lower and upper legislature of the country. Full locality talks of Art Lume Hospital inaugurated. And we take you to this other story on Cameroon Tribune for today. It says violence on women. Governors examine disturbing statistics during the 10 regional governors forum in Yaoundé that was presided over by the Territorial Administration Minister Paul Atanganji. Innovation show for today talks of DJRE and sets. You can find more on that set paper following the Director of Service at the Secretariat of State Defense, who was appointed last Wednesday. Get to read more on that set appointment from the President of the Republic. We cross over to the unending SARN political party between Cabral Libri and the so-called pair founder. That is the founding father of that the supposed founding father of that PCRN party. You can find more on that set paper for today. Taking you to this one from the Horizon. The Horizon for today talks of Kumba 1 Mary, say Fakam 2023 3 Good Governance Prize Awards, and we take you to the bar exam slated for March 24, 2024 at last. And we're taking you to the Limbe City Council budget orientation debate. It says Limbe City Council unveils developmental projects. You can find more on page 10 on the Horizon newspaper for this day. From the Horizon, we crossed over to the next publication. Breaking news for today talks of Operation Sparrowhawk. The paper for today talks on how the fight against corruption still continue. We'll move over to PCRN Party of Cabral Libre. It talks of the bad omen against Cabral Libre. Get to read more on that publication of breaking news for this day. From breaking news, we take you to Nigeria with the Punch. The Punch reports on LLC wants federal government mass protest against banks cuts withdrawal, as the paper went further to talk of cash crunch. And we'll move over to on ending Rivers State wahala between the incumbent president and the former the incumbent government is PDP clerk for Tinubu's 4% rise to the tune of 52 trillion naira. And we'll wrap up with this one that says don't depend on Villa for feedback. That is what Fayemi advises Tinubu. And we'll move over to this other publication from Nigeria. It talks on no price too much to pay for peace in Rivers State, says Fubara. And Shaibu admits frustrated relations with Obaseki. And in this paper, it talks of McKinsey canvasses peace as sound gets staff of office. Let's close the program with the last paper. Punch Sports Extra says the Foxy fellas, and in that sports paper it talks of Saudi offer for Casemiro. Okocha, my best player, kudos. You can find more on that said paper for today with Punch Sports Extra. Viewers of High Television, this is what put a cap on this edition of the paper slot, the midweek edition, and back to Rita Mafani for the conclusion of the rest of the program.
Thank you so much, Larry Singh, and thank you for bringing us the updates. It's always a pleasure. And yes, we move straight away onto our topic of discussion this morning. What do you admire? What's that culture that you admire apart from yours?
What I admire apart from my culture, I think, is the Douala Muna Sawa, the Sawa people. Yeah, I admire their dialect is quite lovely. The Sawa people and the Bassa people.
Okay.
The Bassa people from the center and the littoral region. You know, Bassa is spread across the two regions. That is.
It's in you. One, not really many, but I can pick a few. Just a little.
When it comes to the geographical zone, we belong to the Sawa clique because